Welcome into the Extra Point presented by Corner Pup in Brentwood on 710 Old Hooker Boulevard for Nashville's best meat and threes, craft beers, and more. The neighborhood meets at the corner. And Zach, Tony Romo just up and retired. He's going to join CBS and sit right next to Jim Nantz in the booth on fall Sundays. How do you think this affects the Tennessee Titans?
I think that it vaults them up to be the favorite in the AFC South.
Okay.
I think they have the quarterback in Marcus Mariota going into his third year. They have a running game with Derrick Henry and DeMarco Murray. They're going to get an offensive weapon in the draft. Guarantee you, whether it's O.J. Howard, Mike Williams, Corey Davis, or my guy John Ross, something's going to happen in the draft to vault them up the rankings. Plus, defensively, I'll take Dick LeBeau, I'll take Brian Orakpo and all the pieces that they have over the quarterbackless Texans. Andrew Luck, great and all, but they don't have the pieces, and I don't even want to talk about Jacksonville.
Well, Vegas, I think, is still going to have the Texans as the favorite in the odds to win the AFC South because they've been doing that without a quarterback the last couple of years anyway. I mean, the roster around the quarterback is Super Bowl ready, and I believe that Tony Romo, if he went to the Texans, would put the Texans over the hump to contend to that if he could have stayed healthy. But now we'll never know about that. So now the Texans have to go elsewhere. They're not going to stick with Tom Savage. They're not just going to roll with that. They got to go look at Jay Cutler. Was it Colin Kaepernick? RG3's out there.
Do any of those guys make them that much better?
Not to the level that Tony Romo would have. I think Jay Cutler is probably the best option out of the few handful that they have.
But the Titans are getting better.
Right.
And the Texans are basically what you're saying, staying the same.
Sure.
So how, if one team is stagnant and barely won the AFC South, because the Titans had an opportunity with 2 games to go, but they botched it against the Jags.
Yes.
The Titans getting better. They've got the general manager. Their head coach now won 9 games last season. They're starting to stack up. How can this be that the Texans are still the favorite?
Until I see the Titans consistently win divisional games, I won't believe they're going to win the division or should be favored to win the division. You're right. They had a chance to win it with 2 games left, and they lost to the Jaguars in the division, who had 2 wins at the time, and then they beat the Texans in a game that meant nothing. So until the Titans can prove to me that they can win divisional games, I don't think they're going to be the favorite to win the division in Vegas.
I'd rather have a team like the Titans with a young quarterback going into his 3rd year that has progressed every single year, be it that he may have gotten hurt, than a team that doesn't have a quarterback and is kind of moving backwards instead of forwards.
Well, I mean, that's how you feel about it. I'm just not going to go there. I'm not willing to put some of my hard-earned money on the Titans to win the AFC South or get a tattoo like that one idiot. But I'm not going to do that until they win divisional games.
Well, we'll find out what Vegas thinks after the Texans find whoever their quarterback is going to be in 2017. We'll find out what Vegas has to say.
And that's today's Extra Point presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on A to Z Sports Nashville.com.